it is. So what you should be seeing right now is you should be seeing my Zoom, uh, I don't know, page. And right now there's only two of us on there. It's just myself and Catherine. Let me apparently I have to admit people to come in. You can definitely block your cameras or shut off your cameras. It's totally fine. Or you could show your face and say hello. I would love to have you on. This is really an experiment today to see how Zoom works and to see if it's going to work with students when I bring students on to do virtual teaching. So today is all about trial and error. So I love that some of you are here. Again, for those of you that are just coming into this feed today, say hello. Hi, Carolyn and Catherine and Sharon and Tanya. How are you guys? Listen, I would love for you to click the link above for Zoom. Join me in the Zoom room. I would love to see you there because we're going to try and see if this works to bring students into Zoom. So click that Zoom link above. Join us on Zoom. I would love to have you in there. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back and forth between Zoom and you can see me directly. But this is just an opportunity for us to really understand how to use these platforms. And hey, who's there? Let's see who this is. Hey guys, how are you? Oh yeah, let me put this on the screen. Here we go. Let's give this I'm going to put you guys back on the screen and I'm going to unmute you and see where you guys are from. Hello.
Hello.
Hi guys, I'm so glad you're here. Tell me your names and where you're coming in from.
This is
Jace, Lydia, Zane,
and I am Mindy, and I currently am a teacher who is home.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. This is so exciting. So my goal with this is really to do some online teaching and bring children into the feed with me. So that's our goal. So today is all about trial and error. I wanted to see, number one, if you guys could join in with Zoom, and number two, if you can see me and you can see the Zoom, all of the children in Zoom. So I'm so glad you brought your kids with you. That's so exciting. And where do you guys live? What state do you guys live in?
We are in Northwest Ohio.
Northwest Ohio. And do you know how long you're closed for right now, at least?
Well, they said until April 6th, but we're anticipating much longer.
April 6th, yeah. They closed New York. I live in New York, as I'm sure you could tell. They closed New York City schools already till April 20th. So it's pretty crazy. But you know what? We're going to try and make the best of it. And I'm going to do my best to help kids and keep them learning and keep them reading. And that's the goal here. So I'm so glad you hopped on because this is so great to see that people actually can come on. They can get their kids on because that's today's goal. So thank you so much for coming on. You're like my first trial, people. I love it.
And I've never used Zoom, so this is a good trial for me as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of teachers are going to be in that same boat where they are going to be forced to do online learning and they have to figure it out. And Zoom is a great platform to do that on. Hey, Michelle, how are you? So it's a great platform to do it on, and it's super easy. And I'm pretty sure Zoom is offering free access to their platform over the next couple of months, which is really great. So I have the plan where I can bring on 1,000 people at once, which is great. So I'm excited about that. And basically today was just to see if I can get everybody on and see if they could see me and see if they could hear each other. So I can hear you. Hey, Michelle, you're on. Let me unmute you, Michelle. How are you, Michelle?
I'm good. I was just sending you a chat, sir.
Oh, thank you for hopping in.
Yeah, this is great practice for me because we are going to Zoom as well. We have to use Zoom. So that's what I'm working on today too. So I'm loving seeing this. Thanks so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Michelle, can you hear, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Mindy.
Mindy, can you hear Mindy speaking?
I can.
Yes.
Yep, I can see him. I can hear him just fine.
Excellent, good. I wanted to see if everyone can hear each other and be able to interact with each other. So this is really, really exciting for me. So clearly it's working. Do you guys see a lag on your end with the internet or anything like that?
No, not at all.
No? Okay. Now, are you watching this through Facebook right now, or are you actually on Zoom? How are you watching this?
I left Facebook and copied and pasted the link that you had in the post into Safari. When I tried to paste it directly into Zoom, it said it was invalid.
Okay.
So once I opened a browser window and pasted it in, then it worked and let me in.
Great. And are you watching this on Zoom, or are you in Facebook right now?
Zoom now.
You're Zoom. Okay. Anybody else? Where are you guys watching?
We are in Zoom, but I had to download app or something, and then it just popped up.
Okay, great. So I just wanted to see where everybody's watching from. So that is terrific. Now, do you see everybody on the screen all at once right now?
At the top, there's a little bar.
There's a little bar. So you see me in full screen, but everybody else is at the top.
Yeah, and when somebody talks, we see their thing full screen.
Great. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping for. So basically how I think I'm going to run this is every day I'm going to do a reading lesson for basically 1st through 4th grade students. We're going to do it through Zoom, and I want to interact with students just like I'm doing now. So I'm really excited about this. And I love that you guys can hear each other and other people can interact as well. So this is very exciting to me. I'm just so excited about this. And I see people that are writing on Zoom. Question from Catherine, are you controlling who we see? When someone talks, their screen goes large. So basically, Catherine, how this works is whoever is speaking will show up large on the screen. That's typically how Zoom works. So it will go back and forth between myself speaking, because you're hearing me, and then whoever else is speaking will then go large on the screen. So that's how Zoom works. So I'm so glad this is working right now. Now, Michelle, are you going to be doing this with your college students? I think I have to unmute you. Are you going to be doing this with your college students?
Yes, this is how we have to finish delivering content to them for the semester.
Great. And are you going to just be doing private Zoom rooms or on Facebook or something like that?
Well, for my college students, I'm going to be doing, I think, just private meetings. But I just did a Facebook Live this morning saying that I'm going to do something similar on my page too. So like for my, my online stuff, I would be doing that. I don't know that I'm going to be able to use Zoom, though, because my license is through the university, and I don't know ethically if I can do that.
Got it. Well, Zoom, just so you know, is you can use it for free on your own page as well.
That's what I thought.
And I know, just for those of you who are on, Michelle was a kindergarten teacher for how many years, Michelle?
6. And then before that, 16 in 4th grade.
Wow. And Michelle is also in the online world helping teachers as well. So Michelle, what is your page again? I'm happy to share it with everybody.
Oh, that's super kind of you. It's Your Teaching Mentor.
Your Teaching Mentor. She is the sweetest thing ever. I got to meet her a while ago at a conference, and so for those people that are in kindergarten or want some kindergarten resources, I know you sell kindergarten resources as well, right, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm working on it. My stuff's geared more towards helping new teachers.
Helping new teachers. Okay, so helping new teachers. Any grade. Yeah. That's right. I remember that now. Helping new teachers. Yeah. Right. Yeah. This is great. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Oh, please, my pleasure. So for those of you that are on live right now, clearly it's working. I'm so excited about it. I want to see if you guys can see this, because now I'm not sure if you can. And because if you're on Zoom, oh, this is going to be a problem because now it just logged me out. If you're on Zoom, you might not be able to see this. So let me see if this works on Zoom, because I'm going to be sharing books online, and that's how I'm going to be doing the actual lesson, sharing a book online. So I want to see if you guys can see this. Let me see if you guys can see this. I'm going to make it live right now. All right, so I know this is showing live on Facebook, but I'm not sure if you guys are going to be seeing this on Zoom. So maybe you could tell me if you could see it or not. Right now I'm showing a book called Pop Pop's Dollhouse. Again, this is a much easier, lower level book. I'll be doing higher level books because I want to make sure that I'm trying to hit all the levels. But let me know if you see the book Pop Pop's Dollhouse. Do you guys see that? Because it's live on Facebook right now. Do you guys see that on Zoom? No, you don't see it. All right, so I'm going to have to figure out how I can show it on Zoom and Facebook at the same time. Oh, I have to let people come in however they want. Hi, everybody. How are you? Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. So, yeah, you don't see it on Zoom. Okay, so I'm going to have to figure out Oh, maybe I could share my screen. Here we go. I think,
there.
do you see it now?
Yeah.
Do you see the book now?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, this is good. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. This is really helpful. So when we go on to doing this every day for real and live, I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right so you can see it. Now, for those of you that are on and can see the book, tell me if you could hear this.
Your grandfather has a gift for you. He's been working on it for weeks. My mom sounded so thrilled.
Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Did you see the words being highlighted as well?
Yes.
Yes! You guys are like, I love it. I love that I have you guys live with me. This is so great. And again, I'm trying to be between doing this and watching Facebook at the same time. So I'm so glad you guys are all on. So someone saying, Renee says it's really tiny, so I can't see things very well. So Renee, I see that you're seeing this on Facebook. So what you could do is make Facebook go whole screen, and then things will be a little bit bigger. Those of you that are on Zoom, are you seeing it very small as well, or are you seeing it full screen?
Not really.
Not really. You can't see it, or
We can
No,
see it.
it's full screen.
Yeah, it's full screen.
it's full screen, so you could see the whole picture of the book.
Yeah. Yes.
Great. Tell me if you can see this right now. Do you see this page where it says what is the main idea? Do you guys see this now?
Okay.
Yep, you see that? Great. Okay, that's super exciting. And then, do you see this I have Google Slides that I'm going to be offering for each lesson. So I'm going to be offering the lessons in Google Slides so children can work on them in Google Slides. And I'm going to offer them in printable as well. Do you see this Google Slide right now?
Yep. Yes.
Great. And I think everyone's seeing it on Facebook as well. This is so terrific. So here's a question. For those of you that are watching on Zoom, I'm going to be doing a live lesson. So I'm going to be teaching, and then the students are going to be doing different activities with me. We're going to be doing word work. We're going to be doing some comprehension. We're going to be doing some writing. So in my mind, I'm envisioning me teaching and the students working on Google Slides at the same time. Because when we go to the Making Words activity, I'm going to provide it in printable format, but I'm also going to provide it here in digital format, as you can see on your screen, through Google Slides. But in order to use the Google Slide, you would then NC me. You would actually need two different pieces of technology, whether it be a desktop and a lapbook, or a desktop and an iPad, something like that. So this might be, children might need two different devices. So for those of you that are on with me live right now, do you see that as being an issue where they're watching me on Zoom on one device and then working in Google Slides with another device? Do you see that as an issue? Do you think it's even possible? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. Let me, I have to unmute you, which is really quite annoying, but I think I'm going to unmute all. I think I have to stop sharing. So hold on, let me stop sharing. Let me stop my sharing. And I'm going to admit more people in. I have to let people in automatically. All right, I'm going to unmute everybody. So okay, so let me redo that. I'm hearing everybody else. That's not good. All right, hold on. Raise your hand if you can just answer my question really quickly, and I will unmute you because everybody, so Catherine, let me unmute you. All right, so do you think that's feasible where they could watch on one and use another?
I'm thinking it depends on their age and if their parents are beside them. So I'm thinking for the family next to me, it would be very feasible, or if they had a different device, or maybe even opening up a different tab, just a different tab and swapping back and forth. They wouldn't be able to see you, but I don't know. That might be a little tricky for the younger ones.
Right. And let me unmute Mindy, right? Sorry, Mindy. would you rather have printable activities to print out for your kids and have them use them there, or do you think that they could use it digitally via a Google slide?
I think it would depend on each family. I know a couple families have already expressed concern because they possibly don't have an actual laptop at home or enough devices. We are not a one-to-one school that sends home devices. So probably sending home printed items would be our best option.
Okay.
Sure.
So if I were to provide the links a day ahead of time for the Google Slides and all the printables, really, I'm only going to be providing 3 different printables. I'm going to be providing a word work activity that we're going to do together, which will be the same word work in Google Slides. It's exactly the same. So I'm going to be providing it in printable and digital format. So I'm going to provide the making words activity that we'll do together. I'm also going to provide a printable that will focus on the comprehension skill for the book. And then I'm also going to provide text-dependent questions for each story. Now, this activity will be done independently after the live is over as maybe like a little homework assignment or an activity in response to the lesson that I just did. But basically, I'll provide the printable format in the kind of in the description of the post, and then I'll also give the Google Slides so you can open up the Google Slides as well. Do you think that's a good idea to have it the day before so people can get ready?
Yes, probably that would work best. We as teachers may have to go in and make copies available. Our school doesn't have a set plan yet. We were kind of waiting to see what this timeline might be. So I guess just depending on people's location and what parents have available, but definitely a day in advance would be helpful.
Okay, excellent. That's good. Does anyone else have any information they can offer me or tips or strategies of how we can make this really accessible to children to come on and just learn with me every day? Because I'm hoping to do this at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. They can't see me on Facebook. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see what I'm doing. Okay, I have to make this live on Facebook. Okay, now I think you could see me on Facebook. Yeah, okay, it's going to come on live on Facebook right now if you're watching me on Facebook. So anyone else that's on, if you have something to add or a way that we could make this really easily accessible to parents and children, I would love to hear your advice or tips or tricks. Anyone have anything to add? Just raise your hand and I'll unmute you. I want to unmute everyone because I think it'll be really hard to do that. Michelle? Hold on, I think I have to unmute you.
Hello?
Okay, go ahead, Michelle.
So just what I have been thinking, and my stuff too, is that we differentiate in the classroom anyway for students, and we're gonna have to differentiate for families now. Like you said, some families are going to be able to have multiple devices, and some kids are going to be able to do that, and some aren't. One way that I had heard, and I don't know how well this would work, I'd be happy to brainstorm this with you later though, is like with Class Dojo, you can send those files, like through Class Story. Like I used it all the time in my classroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you could set up a classroom and invite families to that. So that, that's another technology thing. Like I said, I'm talking off the top of my head, so I'd be happy to brainstorm more later. I don't want to take up all your time. But that was one way I thought of getting, because I do use Class Dojo even still with my college students.
Okay.
That was one way I was thinking to get that to them. But there's loads of things, lots of people are offering their technology now.
Right.
So, that might help as far as, like you said, getting the printable to them. But
yeah.
I just think that, and I know it's more work, but again, like I said, we differentiate anyway, so this might be a way to differentiate. Some people can do it on a device, some people can do it printable.
Exactly. Okay, that's great tips, tricks, strategies. I love that. Anybody else want to share anything that they have? Let me hold on. Let me okay, so just raise your hand so I can see you if you want to share anything, any tips, ideas, strategies. Carrie, do you want to share anything? I love that you're on. Thank you so much. Did you want to share anything?
I just logged on, so.
No problem. Are you a teacher, Carrie?
I am, first grade. But as you can see, this is my new classroom in my dining room. So is is what you're talking about, the live lessons, is that going to match the 3 weeks of lesson plans that you launched a couple days ago on your site, on your blog?
Such a great question. I was actually thinking about that this morning, about how I was thinking about doing the same, and then I was like, well, should I do different lessons? So I'm not sure. What just out of your, in your experience, what do you think would be better? Do you think it would be better to do the same lesson that was on my blog or something different?
I think because I downloaded all of that information, it would be helpful to maybe have some that are the same, if that's easier for you.
Okay.
Since you're offering this free thing. But as certainly, or even like half and half, have some new and that 3, because we're anticipating almost 6 weeks out. So.
That's a long time. Yeah, a lot of people are anticipating that long to be out. So, yeah, maybe I will do that. So I was kind of torn about, doing the ones that were on my blog or doing different ones. So I was a little torn on that because I wanted to make sure people had enough resources to cover them, if they're out longer than 3 weeks, because it does sound like that might be the case. I mean, I have twin boys that are in college, their first year of college, and they're done for this semester. They're home. It's all online learning. They're not going back, unfortunately. Well, it's unfortunate, but I'm happy to have them home. So that's I'm just being very selfish right now, but so that's why I was going back and forth between doing the same ones on my blog or doing different ones. So let me think on that, and because like I said, I was definitely going to add more as we had more information about what's going on to add to it if need be. So what I'll do is, as of tomorrow, so tomorrow will be our first official lesson like this. So I'm really excited about it. So tomorrow will be our first official lesson. This was really just a trial for me today, and I'm so appreciative for those of you who came on today to help me with this, because this was really just trial and error today to find out if it, number one, worked, if you guys could hear each other, if you were able to get into Zoom. So this was so wonderful for me, and I'm so appreciative to all of you for coming on to help me kind of troubleshoot this, because this is new. I mean, I've done lives, for the last, 8 years now. I've been doing, Facebook lives and webinars and things like that for teachers. But wanting to do a virtual classroom is a whole other ball of wax. So it was really just trying to figure out how I could do this using the different technologies that I have to really reach children, to parents, students. So I'm so grateful to all of you for coming on and kind of just troubleshooting this with me, because now I know how it works, that it does work, and you guys can hear each other, because my goal is to really interact with kids. I want kids to answer questions. I want us to discuss. That's really the goal here. We want kids to be interactive and learn. So I wanted to be able to allow children to come into the classroom and talk with me and talk with each other and answer questions. So I'm so glad the Zoom portion of this worked, and hopefully we could reach a lot of teachers and children and parents at our home that are struggling to find activities and lessons. So I'm just so grateful to you guys. So I think now that I know this is all working, I think Catherine, I think it was your suggestion where you said, or maybe it was Mindy, I'm not sure because my head is like in 70 different places at once. But you said to have 2 different tabs open. So that could very well work, where you have Zoom open on one tab and then you have Google Classroom opened up on another tab. I think that that's something that could be done, and it might not be as hard as I'm thinking it is. So, because with the Google Classroom option, so I'm going to just share this really quickly. With the Google Classroom option, there's so many windows open, it's hard to figure out. But with the Google Classroom option, do you guys see that right now, the Google Classroom option?
Yes.
Great. So I only have some of you unmuted, I'm sorry. But what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to do a specific word work lesson focusing on a specific phonics skill. So I'll say to the students something like, build the word like, and they would take the letters and they would start building the word right here on Google Slides like this. And then after they build the word like, I would say, okay, we're going to change the word like to the word, let's say, lime. Lime. What letter would we change to make like lime? What would we change? And then I'm going to see if I can interact with the children. They would hopefully tell me I have to add an M there, so they would add an M to make the word lime. So that's how. You guys are not seeing this on Facebook. See, that's a situation. I have too many places to change. But this is basically how it would work with the lesson. And again, like I said, this is all trial and error today to see how I can make this work best for children and parents. So we would do a making words activity. We would work on sight words. Actually, can you guys tell me, do you see this word? Is this word backwards? Do you see it backwards right now? Hold on, let me see if you guys can see this. Let me stop sharing. Do you guys see this?
It looks perfect.
It's not backwards.
No.
Oh, good. Okay, because when I was doing my practice, the word was backwards, and I'm like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay, so I think that's what I'll do. As of right now, the way it stands, clearly this is working. I'm able to bring everybody on. I am able to share my Google Slides. I'm able to share on Facebook. Let me go back live on Facebook. It's going to be interesting trying to be able to do everything at once, but we're going to make it work. So as of tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern time, I will be live. I believe what we will do is I will take your advice. I'll do the book. I think the first book I put on my blog was Finding Their Way. So I think we'll do that book tomorrow. I will provide the printables in a Facebook post. And I'll also provide the Google Slides in a Facebook post, and all of the comprehension activities and the text-dependent questions. These will all be available in printable format, and they will also be available in Google Slides. So I'm going to get that set up tonight. I'm actually going to post a live link to the live room, so you can click Get Reminder, and you can get reminded that I'm going to go live at 11 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. And I think this is going to work. So I'm excited, and I'm just so grateful to all of you for coming on and helping me with this, and being my little, I hate to say the word guinea pigs, but that's what you were, and I'm just so grateful. And I have some questions in Facebook. Let me see if I can go on. Will you be posting the Zoom link prior to going live? Yes, I'm going to post it the night. I'm going to hopefully try and get ahead of myself and post the lessons for a couple of days so everyone can get prepared early. So that's kind of my goal. Zoom meeting ID. Okay, so clearly, so Angelica wrote that on Facebook, and what you can do is behind you, are they just all the masters for out copy and also going to look at Zoom? And if there's anyone that's on live Zoom with me right now that has a question they'd like to ask, I can absolutely unmute you. Just, you can either raise your hand and I'll see you, or if you click the chat button in Zoom, you can, I believe, or click participants, I believe you can raise your hand, and this little blue hand will go up. If you guys can, it says, I don't know where it says that. It says it somewhere, raise your hand. And I don't see it on my end, but I think you see it on your end since I'm the presenter. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask, and I'll unmute you? I'm happy to unmute anyone that has a question. Actually, I just unmuted everybody.
Oh, okay.
You know, people are chatting, so I have to mute everybody. So if you have a question, just raise your hand. I will absolutely unmute you. Catherine, let me unmute you. Go ahead, Catherine.
I wasn't going to ask, but now, okay, so when doing making word activities, would the kids share their screen too so that you can see, you know, what letters they're putting up, or will you just be seeing their faces and they're watching you?
Such a great question. Actually, we could do both. We can, they can share themselves like you guys are doing now, where they're direct to camera, or I'm pretty sure, I think the only problem is only one person at a time can share their screen. So if a child is sharing their screen, it would only be able to be one child at a time, because that's how it works on Zoom. So they wouldn't all be able to share at one time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's a great, I'm so glad you guys came on today. This was so helpful for me. So appreciative to all of you. Anybody else? All right, let's go. It was an easy story today because I wanted to. I just wanted you guys to see how it goes. So I think you could see the story right now. Can you guys see it? I'm going to have to share my screen with Zoom. So let me share my screen and I will share the story. So for those of you, again, this is a super easy story. It's a level, it's like a level H. It's an easier story. I'm going to do a little bit more, a little bit higher stories just so I can try and really reach most levels. So it's a short story, so I'll play it for you guys. So it's called
Pop Pop's Dollhouse.
Did you guys hear that? I don't know. I can't see everybody, so yes, Catherine said yes. Excellent. Good. Okay. So we're going to do a quick play.
Your grandfather has a gift for you. He's been working on it for weeks. My mom sounded so thrilled. My grandpa was a contractor, but then he had a stroke. He stopped working. He was sad. He couldn't do the things he used to. He made it himself. I want you to be kind. I love Pop Pop. Why wouldn't I be? Well, Jack, it isn't your kind of gift. It's a dollhouse. I'm too old for dolls. I don't even like dolls. I like cars. I like superheroes. I know, honey, but I'm worried. Maybe he doesn't remember that. He may be confused. Strokes can hurt the brain. I'll be polite. I'll play with it. I will thank Pop Pop, even if it's not for me. Jack smiled. Pop Pop came over. He had a big box. His step was unsteady. His smile was big. Hey, Jack, take a look. I ran over to Pop Pop. First, I hugged him. Then I opened the box. I got prepared to give a big smile. It would be a fake smile. Instead, my mouth popped open. Whoa! What is this? I lifted out the house. It wasn't a dollhouse like I had imagined. I had thought of something full of tiny antiques. This was incredible. It was like a tiny fortress. It had a spinning platform for my toy race cars. There were secret walls. Pop Pop, this is the coolest superhero lair ever. I love it. Thank you. I remembered you love your superheroes, Jack. I can't work on big buildings anymore, but I sure had fun making this for you. Thanks, Pop Pop. Will you come and play with me? There is nothing I would love more. Pop Pop grinned.
And that's the story. So a super easy story today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So for those of you that are watching, did you like it? Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Yay! And were you able to hear it okay? Yeah, great. So basically, like I said, let me change Facebook because I'm, again, trying to do 18 things at once. So basically, that's kind of how things will go. I'll share a story with the children. Again, I'm going to do, that was more of a so we can have children reading it independently or they can listen to the story. So I'm trying to hit all the different levels and all of the different abilities of the children that come on live. And then we will do a lesson. We'll do word work. We'll do sight words. We'll work on comprehension. And then, of course, like I said, I'll provide some text-dependent questions for you, either via Google Drive or printable. And then your children can work on those questions at home for more practice, because connecting the reading with the writing is so important. These are the skills that your children should be working on at home when schools are closed. You know, I mean, there's so many different apps and activities that they can do online, and there's tons of different companies that are offering free options right now. So definitely check out all those free options, because it will be great for students to have different activities each day. But I would love the opportunity to really interact with kids every day, because I miss that. I really miss that opportunity to do that. So that's kind of how this is gonna roll. That's how we're gonna do this. So I'm planning on going live tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I will post the link tonight with the Google Slides, with the printable downloads. So for those of you that want to get prepared and print out the work ahead of time, you can do that. And that's it. So before we head off, do you guys have any questions? Let me see. I'm going to need my reading glasses to do this. Are you thinking kids need to be part of the Google Classroom to participate? No, absolutely not. We can do this. I can provide the printables for you. You could put them on Facebook with me, and you could just let them watch the activity via Facebook and not do the Google Slides. It's totally up to you how you want your child to work on this. They can work with the printed pages, or they can work in Google Slides. Either will be fine. I just wanted to give the option for each situation that we're dealing with. Someone says, are you controlling who we see when someone talks? Their screen goes large. Oh, I already asked that question. Okay. Any other questions? I'm going to check Facebook right now. See you tomorrow. This is great. So for those of you who came on, thank you. You were really so helpful for me today. This was great. I'll be live tomorrow at 11 o'clock with our first book. I will do Finding Their Way, since that is the first book live that's on my blog. I will choose that one for tomorrow. We will work on that one, and we'll keep the learning working as our little kids are home. My big kids are doing their work, so I'm going to work with your little kids. That's my goal, to work with the little ones every day. So I hope you found this helpful, and those of you that came on Zoom, thank you. You really helped me figure out how to get this all working properly. So tomorrow we can dive in at 11 o'clock and start learning. So I'm going to unmute everybody so I can hear you all. Let me unmute you. So thank you, everybody, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
This was so great. So I really appreciate your time and energy and coming on with me today and helping me out with this. It really meant so much to me. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job.
Oh, you're so sweet. I'll see everybody tomorrow, and thank you again.
Bye.
Bye. And goodbye to everybody on Facebook. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Like I said, I'm going to try and make this live on YouTube, but clearly that didn't work. It didn't work yesterday, and it didn't work today. So I'm going to do my best to get it live on YouTube. And if it doesn't work, I'll do my best. I'll do my best to try and get it to work on YouTube. But as of right now, it's only working on Facebook. So thank you again for coming on today. This is basically what, it'll be a lot better. I promise. Today was just getting out the kinks and figuring it all out. Tomorrow we'll start our learning right at 11 o'clock. We will be doing reading, writing. We're going to do work on phonics and word work. And of course, we're going to work on comprehension. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for those of you that are not on Eastern Time, figure out your time zones and figure out what time in your time zone I'll be live. It will be 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Thank you so much for watching today. I appreciate everybody that came on live to help me with this. I am truly grateful to you for helping me figure out all the technology so we can start learning as of tomorrow. So thanks so much, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Bye for now, everybody.